Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Right, it's about time we put the R&D department through their paces with our newly acquired science. What have you got for us? So, we've got our start here. The technology we started out with our fins and all basic rocket bits and bobs. What can we get our hands on? Basic rocketry requires 5 science and gives us a bit of fuel, a slightly bigger rocket, and a liquid fuel engine. Well, I suppose that's handy with the liquid fuel. And what's this? Engineering 101 gives us the Science Junior. The SC9001 is a cutting-edge, self-contained laboratory. Have you ever wondered what happens to something in zero-G? Or have you ever pondered the truly meaningful questions, such as, what would happen if I exposed this to the rigors of stellar radiation and unforgiving vacuum? Comes with complimentary notepad. Recommended for ages 4 to 8. Small parts inside make it not suitable for small children. I'm tempted simply by the description to take that. And that said, it's only 5 science for this whole thing. Ooh, and we get an aerial to send back data in case we crash. And a decoupler. Yes, now we don't have to explode all our parts. Yeah, Engineering 101 and definitely basic rocketry. Now we've got 17.8 science left, that's great. Stability costs 18, general rocketry costs 20, survivability 50. Survivability is where we get heat shields. Aha! And radial parachutes. And radiator panels. That means that I can just strap together lots of little rockets to make a big explosion and still survive the landing. That might actually be more useful than the other rocket things. Shock horror. And I can research it. Yeah, sure, why not? And now, sad, I am out of science. Right. What missions have you got today for me, Gene? Focused observational study of Kerbal. Yeah, we can definitely get to that height. I don't know how far away it is, but sure. What do we got here? A separate one in somewhere else. Okay, so if we do all those as separate, because we're not going to get them in the same flight, we can definitely haul a Mark 16 parachute into flight above Kerbal. We've done that several times already. So we need to have the Mark 16 parachute on Kerbal while flying between 2,000 and 8,000 meters between those speeds. Sure, let's take that on. And we will take on a study of Kerbal as well. Sure. And we've only got 2 contracts available at the minute, so there we go. Right. Let's build a slightly bigger rocket. Command pod. And heat shield seems sensible. We haven't needed one so far, but better safe than sorry. Now, obviously we need the parachute. Now, Jeb, I know you make us slightly more stable, but Bob, you're a science. You make us get more science from our tests, so you are my new pilot for today, despite the fact you have 0 piloting skills according to your resume. Oh well. We'll be testing that, I suppose. Engines. Wait. Detacher. Little stack decoupler there. A small engine for late flight. And another stack decoupler so that we don't have to blow up the engines. And another flea, and another stack decoupler, and if we launch with a hammer rather than a flea, there we go. That's vaguely sensible. What else have we got? We should probably put a few little fins on this just to stop our science man from dying, because Jeb could deal with it. Awesome Jeb could deal with spaceflight because he knew how to pilot. I get the feeling that Bob might struggle. So I'm going to put some fins on so that he's got some control. Now you will be able to fly, even if those are wildly off-center. Wow. I'm not sure how to fix that. Yeah, well. So you've got your basics, you've got rockets, you've got detachers, you've got a parachute, and you're in there. Now, since you are our science man, in fact, yes, let's take these off for a second. I reckon we can do more while we're up there. You can bring down a science for us. We'll have to put the heat shield on the underside. Where's the heat shield gone? The heat shield is still attached, isn't it? Whoop. Yeah. Is that the heat shield? Heat shield? No. What? Is that the decoupler? What happened there? Ah, there you are, heat shield. Okay, let's try and put these things on in the right order. Attach Science Junior to Command Pod. Attach Heat Shield to Science Junior. Attach Decoupler to Heat Shield. Attach Rocket to Decoupler. Make sure everything fires at the right time. Okay. That should go to space. And we'll take a mystery goo up with us, because that too can be used for science purposes. So if we stick those on either side of our science pod, then that'll keep the weight balanced. And by the looks of it, we're probably at this stage going to need a couple of radial mount parachutes to not die as fast. So, radial parachutes, there. I hope this isn't too heavy for our launch pad. I know we're early days yet and our launch pad is a tiny little crappy thing. Oh no, it's only 8.5 tons out of our potential 18 tons. Nice. And 23 of our potential 30 parts. Well, that could do the trick. Alright. Come on, Bob, let's launch. Bob Kerman. Right, map. Where are we flying to today? Sector PRGC. Easy enough. Doesn't seem too far away. And you should have plenty of control over your flight path. It is that way on our little thing. It is west, I believe that is, according to our compass. Lovely. All right, Bob. 10. Launch. Up. Turn that way and start aiming. Okay, okay, we're doing fine, we're doing fine. We're doing just fine. Everything's going to be just fine. Detach the part. Slowing down, slowing down. We don't want to burn everything up. Turn the flea on. I mean, obviously we're carrying a lot more weight than we usually do. Okay, okay. Keep it up, Bob. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. You can do it, Bob. I believe in you. Okay, and almost straight sideways. We want to be going plenty fast sideways so that we've got lots of atmosphere to slow down in. And that detaches all of our parts. Good, we've got the parachute into orbit. Oh, well, no, we've hauled the parachute into flight. That's fantastic. Now we need to take a crew report in the right sector. In the meantime, now that we're up here, Observe the mystery goo, Bob. The goo seems to be getting very cold now. That's handy. Thanks for telling us. Is there anything more to be told about the other mystery goo? It's getting very cold now. Nope, both mystery goos are just as cold. And what's on in the materials bay of our Science Junior? The rarefied air has caused interesting changes to the gel samples. It seems like something is happening within the interior structure. That is interesting. Genuinely interesting. So we'll keep the data. Right, it doesn't appear that we've gone quite far enough to make that focused study we wanted. But we have at least gotten our science done. So now, Bob, if you could use the heat shield. Yes, we've got it turned around the right way. Now, if we could try and slow ourselves down a bit before releasing the parachutes so that they don't burn up, that would be great. Yep, we're almost at the kind of speeds where we can do our parachuting, I think. Yes, we are. We should be able to land this just fine. There we go. There we go with our interestingly shaped parachute configuration. Oh well, alright, I reckon we're going to land this just fine, so let's warp up to speed, Bob. Let's land this. Those parachutes will come out any second now. Yeah, just needed to make sure we had enough parachutes to land this without exploding, because obviously all that extra science is heavy. Oh, plenty of time. That was a good flight path. Alright, well, I realise that we can get extra weight. Ah, Bob's pleased too. Look at him clapping away there. Yeah, so, with all that in mind, it appears that that was a pretty good flight path to take. And I know that we still have plenty of weight left. So, if we make a similar flight again, and we fire ourselves all the way over to the actual observation site, we should be fine. Oh, no, No! We nearly landed. We got so close, and then we landed on the side of a mountain and rolled down it, and after all of that care we took, we lost all of our science rolling down a mountain. Curb, damn it. Right, revert flight. I'm not losing all of my science. That was hard work. I say that. Anyway, revert to vehicle assembly. We can do this all in one go now. Structural. Stack decoupler. Let's put another hammer on this. That should do it. Symmetry mode again. Aerodynamics. Put more fins on it, because everything else seemed to work just fine. And are we still within our limitations? 12.2 tons, 12 meters out of 20, 28 parts out of 30. Close to the parts limit, but we're still good. Alright, Bob. Let's do it. And launch. Ready to set navigations, Bobbert? Orbit map. Our request from Goliath National Products. We will fulfill. Are you ready to... I hope you are ready to launch. Because we're on our way to glory. And drop the weight. Fire the second booster. I realise you're terrified, Bob, but don't worry, it'll all be worth it later. I promise. Sort of. Now good, we've met the conditions for our parachute again. You can see in the corner here that we've achieved that. And drop the weight. Make sure that we're going plenty of sideways as well as up. Fire the next stage. Just want to make sure we don't go too fast. We don't want to catch fire. So we'll let ourselves slow down a bit when we decouple that. And we're certainly within the right height limits now. We're nearly over 19,000 meters, and we will be by the time we've... Yep, there we go. We're at the right altitude. Fire the final booster. Slightly up to make sure we maintain our upwards trajectory. Oh, that was nearly too hot. Let's take our science observations. Yep, rarefied air again. And observe the mystery goo. Yes, it is indeed getting cold again. All of the goo is cold again. Good, keep all the data. Okay, now the question is, will we get close enough? We're still going up, so we're at a good point in our arc. In fact, we could check our map. Oh, crap. We are entering the area. Quick, take a crew report. Yeah, collected the survey data. Thanks, Bob. Okay, let's slow this down. Let's put the heat shield against our direction of travel. We can do this. Keep it balanced, Bob. Keep it in there. Hang on in there. Slowing us right down. Our speed is coming down again. Just try and keep us aimed against it. Nudge, nudge, nudge. Nudge to keep us aimed directly against our direction of travel. Heat shields keeping us alive, keeping our science safe. Well, at least I'm pretty sure our craft is buoyant. And I'm very glad that it is. At least I hope it is. Because I don't want to lose all our science again. Oh, careful, careful, careful. Nudge it, Bob, nudge it. I realise this is terrifying, but keep it straight, keep it going. Slowing right down. Should be able to open the parachutes any second now. We can do it. We can do it. Yeah, speed's right down. Open the parachutes safely. You did it, Bob. Sort of. Nearly. Let's just hope we don't land on the side of a mountain and roll down again. That would be awful. Right, let's speed this up, because the parachute fall, while lovely and safe for Bob, is boring as hell to watch at full speed. So, warp speed. Come on, slow down, slow down, slow down, and yay! And Bob's all nice and happy there. He's quite cheerful about all this now. Drop down the last 800 meters at our nice, slow 4 meters per second. Ticky-tocky, ticky-tock. But at least all our science is safe now. And hey, look. We conducted our survey, and we got the parachute into flight. Yeah! And that should give us a lot of extra science, collecting all the data from our goop and our science bay, which should give us access to bigger rockets, or stability if I'm being sensible. Or maybe bigger rockets. I do like bigger rockets. Well, we've landed it, and recover the vessel. That's it. So we should have now, yeah, 38.5 science. Material studies, goop studies, and recovery of a vessel. Fantastic. And 4 grand in recovered parts. Awesome. And Bob's back. Yay, you survived. Fantastic. Now let's put the R&D department through their paces again. What can we afford with our 30 science? We can't afford basic science with our science. That's a shame. Or flight control. So it's going to have to be what we've got access to over here already. We could get general rocketry and stability all in one go. Huh. That would be handy. General rocketry gives us a bigger fuel tank, an even bigger solid rocket, and a bigger liquid fuel engine. Oh, wait, that one's got control. The LVT-45 engine was considered a breakthrough in the LVT series due to its thrusting vector feature. The LVT-45 can deflect its thrust to aid in craft control. All these added mechanics, however, make for a slightly smaller and heavier engine in comparison with our other LVT models. Okay. Interesting. And stability, an actual winglet found lying by the side of the road, which is apparently still better than that fin we've been using. A radial decoupler. Yep, that's useful. And an aerodynamic nose cone. Well, that allows us to build entire separate sections of rocket. So actually, getting general rocketry and stability is a really good idea, because it lets us build bigger multi-stage rockets. Yeah! But if we're going to build something bigger... nope. I think we're going to need to upgrade... Can I not upgrade my landing pad, my launch pad from here? No, that lets me launch stuff. That lets me delete stuff. That shows me ships that I've already got. Aha! There we go. The launch pad is where vessels built at the VAB are launched, and I can upgrade to have vessels nearly twice the size and weight. Sorry, nearly twice the size and about 7 or 8 times the weight. So, guess who's upgrading that for bigger rockets? Yeah, and it didn't even cost that much. Ooh, looks all swanky now. Yes, I like it. So, thank you all for joining me for another episode of my career on Kerbal Space Program. And hopefully, next time we'll get to test out our brand new and improved launch pad and multi-stage side-detaching huge, humongous rocketries. Well, maybe let's not go completely overboard. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.